What's up, everybody? It's been a while since I've done a Planetary Qualifier prep update, but I'm jumping on here today. We're going to go over a bunch of things that I've been up to, what I've not been up to, and we're just going to go. So, minimum 10 games per day, not hitting them. Last week, I barely played any games. I did get some in, but just not enough. So, I didn't even go to my weekly play at my LGS. It's just I was kind of feeling a little burnt out, and I didn't want to go and keep pushing and just completely burn out. So I just took a little bit of time. I'm feeling rested now. I put in about 20 games today, and with a couple different decks, and I'm just trying to kind of keep pushing. So where we left off in the last one was talking about me playing Kira Green. If you guys are watching our gameplay videos, you'll know that I went through an entire week of in real life playing Kira Green. I've played a few online. I've had some pretty good success with her, not against any aggression decks. I seem to just struggle, and it does make sense that I'm not saying I have 100% loss against aggression decks, but it makes sense that I'm losing to aggressive decks just because playing control, those would be the ones that you would have the most trouble with. With that said, fairly good results. I like the deck. It's well put together. It's full of just big, huge units, and as long as you can get to that point, you're probably going to get the W. So super happy with how that went, and I don't know if I love it enough that I would take it to the PQ, but I'm going to keep it built, and we will definitely take it with us. Whether or not either one, Jessica or I, play it, that's another story. So I'm just kind of, keeping up with this list, but I've actually expanded this list a little bit over the past couple weeks, and this is what we've got. So the PQ list expanded. I have been obsessing over shuffling. I've noticed since day one, this is my first TCG, so I have never played another card game except for like way back in the Decipher days, back in '95. I played the Star Wars game back then, but I was too young to really even know what the heck was going on. So on my third pack, I think I opened up a Leia, and I was just like, I'm in. Light side only, no dark side, let's go. And my brothers and I and some friends all played, so it was just, we probably made up our own rules and stuff like that. So this is kind of like my first time actually getting into it, knowing the rules, knowing how to play. And one thing that I'm finding is when I shuffle, the cards clump together. So if you guys watch our gameplay videos, sometimes at the end of the videos, I will sit there and I'll just flip the top cards over on my deck, and I'll see where it's like, oh, two of the same card, and then a few different ones, and two of the same card, oh, a few different ones, and two of the same card. So it's just constant like that, which is super frustrating when you're wanting those cards to be kind of as evenly spread out through the deck as possible. I've talked to a few people about how they shuffle. I've been practicing. I think I'm getting some better results now, but I would love to hear from you guys in the comments on what you do with shuffling and how you make it so that you don't get the clumping. Or am I the only one getting that? Like, I'm not sure. It just seems to happen like so much, and I'm just sitting there being like, man, I shuffled this deck so much, and the cards should be so well mixed, and yet this is what's happening. Like, there was one game where I played Kira, and I had gotten all my big units at the first. So I was resourcing all my big units, and then when I needed my big units, all I was getting was small units. So it was just like constant small units, and then at the very bottom of the deck was where the rest of my big units were, and it was just like, man, like, I can't win a game with Hylobon Enforcer. He's just not closing things out, unfortunately. So shuffling, obsessing over it. I'm not sure if I should be, but I am, and I'd love to figure out what people are doing and how you guys approach it, whether you played other TCGs or if Star Wars is your first one and you've kind of mastered it and figured it out. Let me know. I'd love all information. The next thing is I started thinking about what I should be taking to the event above and beyond my deck and tokens and sideboard. what other things. So like food, and then like what kind of food, and drinks. What kind of drinks? Do I just take water? Do I take energy drinks? Like what do people take to these? Like it seems like it's going to be a pretty long day. The tournament doesn't start until 10 a.m. and there's 128 people. How many rounds would that end up being? I'm not even sure, but it's something I want to research a little bit more. So I will know exactly how many rounds I'm going to get into, and I'm not sure how well I'll do. Like I'm going there to hopefully try and win, but I want to prepare for that possibility. So what do I take to an event? What have you guys taken? Have you went to a big tournament and you wish you had taken something that you didn't? Or did you take some things that you were like, wow, I didn't think this was going to be as helpful as it was, and I will make sure that I take this stuff to all future tournaments. And then I want to know if you guys are interested in me possibly doing content around the trip and the event. So it'd be kind of vlog style. I'll shoot as much video as I possibly can over the trip. So we're leaving here on Thursday morning and we're coming back on Monday. So we're going to be there. The tournament's on the Saturday. So we'll get there Thursday night's 12 and a half hour drive. And then we're just going to hang out on Friday, kind of prep. And then Saturday, the tournament. And then Sunday, maybe tour around the city a little bit. And Monday, head back to home. So another 12 and a half hour drive. So let me know if you'd like to see maybe some content around that vlog style. So it'd be just a bunch of small videos stitched together into one big video. Comments, let me know. I do have one favor to ask you guys. I'm just interrupting this video for one quick second. I'm not going to waste time on this. Don't click away. We're at 192 subscribers. We're pushing to get to that 200. If you guys could help us out with that, that would be absolutely fantastic. Thank you to all of our subscribers, everyone that leaves a comment and a like. It's been picking up more and more every single week, and we appreciate that so much. Deck choices. So I played a lot of Kira. I played a bunch of Sabine, and I played a whole whack load of Boba. So Boba Green was my deck for set 1. I have built it out for set 2. I also have Boba Yellow, Sabine Yellow, Sabine Red, Sabine Green. I'm eliminating Sabine Green Sabine Yellow and Sabine Red. Sabine Green I'm keeping. Boba Fett I'm leaning more towards green just because I'm more comfortable with it. Kira, we have Kira Green and Kira Red. Is there possibly something there with Kira Red? I think there might be something. I just want to work at that a little bit more before eliminating it off the list. So for sure, we're going to be taking Sabine Green with us. We're going to be taking probably both versions of Boba. So Boba Green and Yellow. And we're definitely going to be taking a Kira Green. And then we're thinking we probably should take some kind of outlying decks as well as extra cards so that if we want to modify things or change things, we will just before the tournament type idea. But we want to kind of lock in and start playing the deck or couple of decks that we think we're going to play whenever it's tournament time. So there's some other leader options that, have seen some success in some tournaments, and that's where I've been thinking about this for a while, where you see these random decks going 7-0, 6-0 for a tournament, and you're just like, wow, how did Bosk perform so well? Or Cad Bane had its best showing there last weekend. And then you have other decks like Cassian and Chewbacca. It's like, is there something there? Could I build something that would then surprise people and they wouldn't really know how to deal with it on the day of the tournament? After the tournament, it doesn't matter, right? It's all about the day of the tournament. Can you go there and surprise people with something? It's like Palp Cunning, I think, is a super strong deck. We got a local guy here that, man, when he's behind the wheel of that thing, he does really, really well. And same thing, though. I mean, Palp would struggle against aggression. Aggression struggles against mid-range. Mid-range struggles against control. So it's just this, back and forth thing. So the day of the tournament, we got to make sure we're picking correct, where we can hopefully weather some storms and then perform well against the decks we're supposed to perform well against and not get surprised by anyone. So that's where I want to kind of leave things, is a rogue leader. I'm looking at every single leader except for Jin, because I've tried every option with her and I cannot get her to win against anything legit. If you guys know of like some top secret Jin deck, let me know, because I have her showcase. I am obligated until the end of time to build a deck for her and try and win something. And yeah, it never goes well. So with that said, if you guys could help me out with these things in the comments, that would be greatly appreciated. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will catch you guys on the next one.